Hey everyone, it's Harry, Soul Coach, and I'm uploading this video today. And it's a video that I did last year. And with what's going on in the world at the moment, this one for me is a must watch. This is all about the military. It's all about the wars that have been going on for a long time. And where we find us today, we are in a war. However, it's not just happening now and we're reacting to it, which is what the world do. We react. This has been in the making for a long time. This has been planned by good and godly people for our freedoms. I've dated this back all the way to 1776. It goes back before that because it's a spiritual war. It's dark versus light. But when the Constitution and all these brave men that put that into place, bringing it all the way forward, it makes so much more sense. So for everything scary that we are being shown, and it will continue to get that way, my ask is please watch this because it will give a lot more confirmation to show that we are in full control. It will show you what has been going on, and it will show you that perspective is so important when we're looking at anything in life. For everything that the evil people do, the good guys have been watching too. So infiltration works both ways. And the military involvement throughout our lifetime has been so significant to bring us to this point. I also talk about the Freemasons, and I also show you how leaving clues in plain sight is for us to see. And once you watch it all, there's no getting around it. It's a complete knowing. And it will just allow people to be able to sit back and enjoy what's going on. For me, it also helps people understand the bigger picture, and it helps people relax a bit more because there will be a storm coming, and the storm is going to be the reactions of the masses. This is going to get scary because this has to happen to snap us out of this sleepy state we find ourselves in. There's a lot of people in this world that are not on the side. I'm going to call it the children of the light. They're not on that side. They've been operating in a system, the darkness, and they know what's coming. Call them the gatekeepers that push out information. Not only do they push out information, they try to stop the real truth coming out because it exposes them. So you're going to see a lot of panic and fear and triggers also being projected to us. So if we're not paying attention and we're unconscious, we get caught in that energy space. So for me, once you start empowering yourself, and the way that I put it out there is you see how I put all the research, you see how I do it in real time. And people find it so hard, there's so much resistance, yet they're unwilling to go and look. And I say to people, look at what I'm about. Look at everything that I do, especially with the meditations. Look at my message. It's all about love, peace, truth, unity. It's all about the new world. And I also say, why would you not want to look at this? Like, what is the resistance to stopping you? No, no, no. Because I promise you, if you watch it, it shows that we're in a good place. If you watch it, it confirms that we're in full control. If you watch it, you know that good things are coming. Everything that we have resistance to is being fed to us by other people. And we hold on to certain things because we don't want to believe it. Yet I make it so easy and so simple. All the research is there. And once you watch it, you're unable to come back with anything negative to it. You can add to it, you can challenge it. For me, it just confirms everything else. So I'm going to put the link up here. So I did this last year. And you'll see the truth is timeless when it comes to this sort of thing. And if we zoom right out and look at it from a military perspective, you'll start seeing the clues left for us all over. So enjoy this one. And as always, please subscribe to the channel. Please leave your comments as well and let us know what comes up for you. And please share this on with other people because it's really going to help over the next few months because things are going to start spicing up even more. The corruption being exposed to us now and shown to us what has been going on. Remember, it's already happened. Remember, a lot of things are coming to the light for us, educational purposes, so we will never let this happen again. We need to know what goes on at every aspect of society, at every level of crime. We need to know because we also have the future generation to think about, our kids, their kids, and then it passes on. We need to show them what has taken place and we need to educate them so it never happens again, which it won't. So enjoy the Great Awakening and enjoy this one. Take care, everyone. Hey people, happy Sunday evening. Bit later than I anticipated today, so I thought I'd come on. I'm going to see how many people jump on. Um, okay, right. I've already got people on. Hi, Miss Harry. Hi, Harry. I'm a little early. I love your content. Wherever I start to feel hopeless in the plan, you give me the soul slap I need to keep me going. I can't thank you enough. You're amazing. God bless. Thank you so much, Heather. That's amazing. Hi, Salty Mahwahawk. Hi, Mary. Hi, Celine Nisjedge, 7:19 in Denmark. 10:28 PST. Yeah, I'm a bit late, Mr. Claypole. Let me just see if other people are going to jump on. Got some really good research. Really good research. To be fair, once you see this, you can't get away from the truth. We're in full control. This goes so far back. If you see the way I connect the dots, I go back through the timelines. I've gone back through the presidencies. I show you how it's all in sync. There's the good versus the bad. It's the dark and the light. And we've always been in control. The Freemasons, the hiding in plain sight, the leaving the clues in plain sight, like that's all for us. And when you start going back and see the intelligence of this, it's mind blowing. It truly is. So I'm going to just allow a few more people to come on. So the number 33, you'll see today is just obvious. It's so obvious. It's so in your face. And the thing is, as soon as you show this, the people that say Freemasons are bad, they're not going to be able to come back to it with anything. Nothing at all. Got so excited. You have come on early. I can watch for 1 hour. Work. We'll watch the rest later. So excited for this one. Thank you for all your work. You're welcome, Cherry. Thank you always for your comments as well. I'm going to see what I've got today because it's late for me as well. It's just the more I'm going into these deep states of bliss, all the answers keep coming. And it's that knowing that God is real. It's that knowing that we are in full control. It's knowing that this is biblical and this is a spiritual war. And it's knowing that it has literally gone from dark to light. That's all. It's continued getting lighter and lighter. However, the darkness only comes because we're choosing to pay attention to the fear given to us, choosing to pay attention to the narrative, choosing to rely on other people. That's all our choice, all of it. And I'm starting to see the more you break away, the more you can just observe it all. And we say, enjoy the show. It's a movie. We keep saying those things, but to have that as an experience, that's the important thing. And this is what I feel this one's going to do today. It's almost using the whole playing field, that whole board of chess, seeing everything from the bird's eye view. And soon as it's like the jigsaw puzzle, you get all the pieces around the edges. This is going to show you it's all around the edges. So anything that happens inside now is meant to happen. It's just fitting the pieces together. So I keep reinforcing that we've won this war. We're in full control. And the doubt and the frustration come with people. They're looking in this external world and we're looking online. Nothing's happening. These things are happening now. Then they're making these decisions. We have to, as soon as we show this today, I'm gonna go through step by step. Then you'll start seeing that there's nothing to be stressful of. Like every bit of stress is ours. It's not the outside world. All these little things that we're seeing now, and I'm starting to call them little, when we're seeing things in Congress, when we're seeing more trans stuff and Target and all these different things, that's all part of the show. It is not for us at all. The word they're doing this now, they are doing that. They is one that we need to start calling people out on. Who's they? Because there's no evil in charge, none. The media, no, that's controlled by us. The government, no, they're controlled by us. Yeah, their senates, no, it's all controlled by us. It's not dark versus light, it's light exposing the darkness. There's no darkness on the big screen, the narrative screen. In the streets and all in the towns, there's a lot of criminals still, but we're about to take them all down, and I'm going to show you how. So the US military are the saviors of mankind. That was one of the Q posts. They said the president is saving mankind. It says you, everyone on here is a savior of mankind. Another one was US military. If we keep going back, there's a counter move to a counter, moves and counter moves. So let's paint the picture first of all. What have we been told for years? The deep state are being in control of everything. They've infiltrated every part of society. They corrupt everything. They demonize everything. They're satanic rituals. They're pedophiles. All the darkest, darkest. That's how we've always viewed it from. But we always seem to view it from that viewing point still, that they're still in control and they're pushing this agenda. Hi, Shelley Phillips. Hi, so excited to catch you live. This topic is near and dear to my heart. My dad was a Mason. He got my brother involved and so on. Dad was getting his 20-year pin, and when he died, blessings from Alice. Thank you for sharing, Shelley. And yeah, the Freemasons is another thing. And the beauty of when you start doing research and going back, you'll start seeing the attachment for everyone. I want to be right, but without willing to look. And this is people get frustrated with this topic, but this is everything because it comes back to the Constitution. So let's kind of paint the picture then. So this is a biblical war. This goes so far back, dark versus light. At the moment, we're seeing the deep state of being in control of everything. Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Obama, George Soros, the Rothschilds, the Saudis. We know the picture now, right? We're now starting to see the exposing of all things going on. And a lot more people are waking up on this journey. A lot more of the masses are starting to see some things happening, starting to question. They're holding on still, but they're awakening too. We have also been shown over the years. Okay, so the next thing as well. One of the things about this great awakening, what we keep showing is we're getting rid of evil. We're removing all evil completely. Pedophiles, war, corruption, crimes against humanity. And then you've got everything that happens to our land, big pharma, big tech, the judges. And then you've got the local levels, you've got the hospital. Every part is infiltrated. And all we see is that. And it does feel like a dark, dark world. However, that's all done by design. This goes back a long time. So in our history timelines, we've been shown all these different wars. And one of the sickening things, again, from this perspective, is the deep state players. They just fake the wars. They send our military out, and there's all these deaths and all these people that wasted their lives. That's from one's perspective. I'm going to show you from another one. And it hit me so hard today. So every soldier, every person that has been in war, especially the people have woken up to what has been going on. That's been so disheartening. They feel completely screwed over. But I'm going to show you, no, what you did was fighting a war still. But we got to look out of the narrative, what we're being shown. We got to think bigger. And it is a counter to a counter. So there's a few, and I call it few. You flip few around WEF. WEF now I'm seeing is a white hat creation too. These evil people are stupid. The original ones, the bankers, etc., they're no longer here. So it's being passed down. Evil connects with evil. Evil will infiltrate every top place, Hollywood, and they get the agents, but there's still creation within that. There's still more good people in this world than bad people. So I've been going all the way back since the Constitution. I'm trying to work out, okay, how things are unfolding. How has that led to this? How have we managed to get to this position, court more? How did we get so damn in the darkness? Like, how did it get that bad? And I realized it hasn't. It's just the life that we're living in this experience and what we're being shown. So war is one of the big things that have been going all around the world. And war's been going on for ages. And another thing that we've continued to be told is that this is the only war that we're in right now that's been, it has good people fighting for us. That's what we've been told, and that's what we've all accepted. The good people always been fighting. And I'm going to show you examples of, imagine from the deep state players, they feel like they're in control the whole time, but we have been watching them in the shadows throughout. And if we go back to World War II, we saw that war was funded by both sides. Germany and England, a lot of Europe got involved, and eventually America got involved. And the more I started looking at this, it was a game of chess, and these wars were distractions. So imagine the evil people, first of all, they are funding both sides, they are making a shitload of money, they are focused on Germany and England. In that time, we didn't have internet, we didn't have TV, we had a radio, we had sirens outside. So I just keep using what are we being shown in Ukraine at the moment. It's been dragging on for so long. It's a load of rubbish. Imagine how scary it would have been then without the ways that we could back it up. So I feel like a lot of the wars, and this would be able to be backed up too, have been lies. Yet people have died. That's a fact. So I'm going to show you there has been real wars going on too. So the military, they are servants of God. They sign an oath to God. The people at the highest of the military, we've always been led recently that they're all corrupt, not even the slightest. Imagine if you're the deep state players and you start seeing that they get people in key positions. So within big corporations, they'll have 2 or 3 at the top. Within the police force, they have 1 at the top. Within the judges, they have 1 at the top. But they've only just got a few. There's not loads of them. Always know that. Then there's other people that's obviously taking money, they're corrupt, and they're being held for blackmail and stuff. So there'll be another select amount there, but there's still a lot of good people in this world. So let's just go to Obama and when he come in, because Obama bombed so many countries. Before that, we had Bill Clinton. Before that, we had Bush. We had Bush before Obama. Sorry. Then we had Clinton. Then we had the Bush. All different wars. And I was thinking, how are the army just taking orders of these guys and just bombing all these people, bombing all these countries? Like, it was sickening because Obama sent the orders. And I couldn't work that out. And the more I keep seeing that this has been going on for a lot longer, and there's a lot of false flags by us now. Freemasons leave clues in plain sight. Everything's about leaving clues in plain sight. And when I started looking today, a lot of these things that were being shown, because we see in the Middle East that all these places are bombed and all these things. But what I'm going to show you, and it may challenge people, am I saying there was bombs going off? Yes, there was. The numbers that we were told, though, did they go off? I'm going to say no. I'm going to challenge that. And again, I can back this up after. But how do we know that we're being shown? Ukraine, we've been shown the whole time. So all these wars in the Middle East, all these things, when Obama sent all these strikes and stuff like that, who's he sending to? Military commanders, they go over there. The report comes back, but they would never ever go to these countries. But the report comes back, it'll be on the news, it'll be kind of heightened up, there'll be deaths, there'll be all the. So these people have sent the orders and now seeing it on the news going, shit, we're in control here. Oh, we get some money. But now we start seeing the false flags around the world and the way that the military do operate. I'm going to show you how I feel, and again, guys, this is all my own research, so I'm going to put my take on it, and I'm hoping that I can justify it with everything that I show today. I feel that a lot of that's been false flag too, and when we do see bombs and shooting and guns, that's us fighting the evil people. So look at the world that we're in. We're removing all evil. This EBS that we talk about, the emergency broadcast system and martial law and military intervention. We've always been told military only way. I'm trying to work out, how does that work? Like, military is the only way. How does that work? And then if you start looking at the US military, this isn't just 4 years. This is the bit that people have to get their head around. This war's been going on for a long time. So long now, I've dated it back to 1776, when that's my constitution. When the constitution, where is it? Like, you get the picture. There we go. Okay, I don't know why it didn't work there. But the Constitution 76:6. On one of my other episodes, all creation comes through God, through the man. God speaks through the man. God works through the man. All creation is by God. The people who wrote that Constitution, starting with George Washington, going all the way back then, the revolution, the independence, that Constitution is still the reason why we're all here now. So the Second Amendment right to bear arms, to protect yourself, that's from then, 1776. So the people who wrote that, first of all, they wanted to stop all the royal family coming over and all the British guards and stuff stealing from people that they've never met before, all the hard-earned cash, taxing. That's what these people did. So they had a war and they claimed independence. When they wrote this document, that document's so intelligent. So these people are intelligent. So it starts with George Washington, the first ever president. He was a Freemason. He was on his statue, Freemason and first president. Freemasons are the protectors of the bloodline, Jesus Christ, Mary Magdalene, the Knights Templar, Path of Zion. Go and watch Da Vinci Code, go and watch Angels and Demons. You get all the answers in plain sight. Tom Hanks is in that too. So we're going to start from there. If they wrote the Constitution and they're the Freemasons, Freemasons are not bad. But what I've realized, it's nothing to do with countries. This is about ending all wars. We just assumed it's America, but no, America's influencing all it. If America falls, the world falls. We're told that on the Q post. So have that in mind, that back then was a big plan to end all evil. So how do you do that? If you've got a whole world full of land, remember creation, inspiration, innovations through God. Evil cannot create. They can't think like that because they're not feeling like that. So a lot of these plans that have taken place have been all in the making, but the plans have also catered for them. I feel that we've led them down certain ways. So, example, Obama bombing all these countries. How would he know how to do it all? He's got no experience. He did have generals working for and stuff, but then generals still have to order other generals that have been in for a long time that are true patriots. So the orders are coming in, they're going down. I've also showed a breakdown of Harry Truman, 1945. They went out and he was the 33rd president. Number 33, oh, it's the Freemasons. Yes, it is. Leaving clues in plain sight. Because this is a war, we have to show all the devastation. We have to put these numbers in to show people we're in control. Today, you're going to see more 33s than you've ever seen before. And all these 33s were in all these countries that we've apparently gone to war in. All the bombings, all the different killings, 33s in every article, every country, 33, 33. And for me, it's because we're controlling the media too. You have to go back and look at my documentary for Harry Truman and going back then. So we're going to start on today's one. We're going to start from World War II. So when Harry Truman in 1945, this ties in with Flat Earth too. In 1945, Harry Truman signed off the expedition of Antarctica. Admiral Byrd, we've all seen that. If you go and watch that documentary when Admiral Byrd goes and what they were doing back then, and the equipment we had, this is before we went to the moon, by the way, the equipment we had back then in the military, it was so impressive. But it was their knowledge. They took huskies, they grew them up, they had the sleighs, they knew how to like work in the snow, build in the snow. They knew everything. Why was that? And I remember seeing a documentary before when the military were making bases in Greenland. It was like this secret land, and all the military did. And again, you can find that on YouTube. So from that documentary with Admiral Byrd, I was like, right, let me search that Greenland and find out when that was, because they must have got all their knowledge from Greenland first to then be able to do these expeditions in Antarctica. So this is what I found. I'm going to do a share screen. So stay with me on this, guys, because again, because the truth is so powerful now and everything is linking, I can now just look at things quite quickly So this is all from today. I get the idea comes up, I go with it, and then all of a sudden it just opens up a whole new avenue. Military and full control. I'm going to show you how that is, and there's no getting around it once you see all this. So let's take that Greenland. I was like, right, when did Greenland military base? And then let me just do when. So let me just get up instead of voice. When did US? So look at this. So the war was going on. The deep state players, if you watch A Rich Man's Trick, you'll see that they funded both sides of the war. So they're like, ha, we're going to make money. Whilst they're getting distracted, America, that did come in at the end of the war, America went to Greenland and then put a base in Greenland in 1941. And Greenland, the king or the president, he authorized it, and in return, America protected the land of Greenland. So America got a base in Greenland. So you think about strategic, because if this is world domination and it's protection, it's nothing to do with countries. America protects most countries, and Trump's always complained about NATO, that they're not paying their fair share, and America are just getting absolutely ripped off. Again, I'm going to show you NATO was set up by us. The idea was fed to the deep state and let them do all these things. But what does it do? It gives us a platform to start going into these countries, the military. So in 1941, we went to Greenland. We positioned ourselves there on the map. You've got all this other stuff going, but you've got a big part of land there. When the war finished in 1945, Harry Truman signed Admiral Byrd to go off. They then based themselves around the outside. And we do live in a dome contained system at the moment, the flat earth. That now makes sense. So the military go around the outside, but the military have continued to go and explore. That was 1945. And we had these planes, and we had, look at the technology we have now. So on the flat earth, one of the argument points, oh, they're all around the outside, we can't go there because the military. And that didn't make sense. Like last few months, because I know what the military is doing now, that didn't make sense, because the military are with us. Why are they? But they would be around the outside. No one else would be. But I feel because there is more land and the technology can take us there, we've had to end this evil first before we go and venture out. All these new technologies and all these new ideas, we're cleaning up the planet, but we're not being told about it, because if we was, the evil people would just go and try and get them. They'd silence them. They'd try and make money out of them. So a lot of things are controlled by us then. So think now strategic, around the outside, around here, Greenland and outside. So if we're going to clean up the whole world, you cover all bases. Then look who owns all the sea. Sea power, the US Navy and foreign policy. The US Navy's dominance of the world's oceans has made it indispensable foreign policy tool, as well as a guarantor of global trade, but mixes of challenges is raising difficult questions about the future. So it used to be, look, like the British Royal Navy, more than a century before it, the US Navy has command of the sea and affords the United States unrivaled international influence. For decades, its size and sophistication have enabled leaders in Washington to project American power over much of the earth during times of both war and peace. Yet some experts believe the Navy is at crossroads, facing a set of historic challenges, from budget pressure to China's naval. So we're in control of all the oceans. Think of the world mass. We're told 75% oceans. So all the oceans, all around the outside, and then key positions. Okay, 9/11, it was, so this is the way that I feel, that these evil, stupid people, because it's all on emails, it's all being recorded, they're like, right, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I feel that 9/11 was, the idea was pushed to them, but it was a controlled operation, a damage limitation, but they still set the intention to cause some sort of crash, but the buildings fell down. I feel that was a white hat operation, and I'm going to show you why I feel that was. So what happened after 9/11, what we're told, are they problem, reaction, solution. They create that, the reaction from the people, we need to go and do something. They lie about weapons of mass destruction. Then we go out to Afghanistan. We were there for 20 years. And then you get hurt by, like, fuck, all these people have died, all these wars. It was just a waste of time. Like, why have we done that? Bring our soldiers home. But think, zoom out a bit more. There's still evil people all around the world. A few people that I spoke to that served in Afghanistan, they said they were going through these towns and villages and they're like, why are we even here? The locals didn't even know why we're here. Take the attention away from 9/11. So look, the deep state players, we've done this. Right, we're going to go over in these countries now. We'll set up ISIS. We'll take the gold. We're going to send all these different instructions and stuff. They think they're in control. So the military go out there based on these orders, because I was thinking, how are the military taking orders off of Obama and off of Bush, and they're just carrying out killing innocent people and stuff? Was there innocent deaths? Yeah, I'm not dismissing that either, because you have people that go and do crazy stuff. However, if we're clearing out evil, if the military weren't there, we wouldn't be able to get rid of these evil in these towns in the middle of nowhere. So I started looking. So for every move that they did, we've countered that. So yeah, we will send our military out there. We'll take the orders from George Bush still, and we'll pretend we're doing them all. And we're going to show all these different things, and people are dying and stuff as well. We'll come on to that, because I'm not dismissing the deaths, but you're going to see the amount of news articles that will back up then what I'm saying. So we were still out there for the reason, to end evil, to remove all the stuff from these countries. It's still a war. So think about the narrative. There's a war, our soldiers are in Afghanistan. The deep state players going, haha, look at this, we're making money, da, da, da. But we're also out there getting rid of evil. So it's a move, counter move to a counter move. Where did that idea pop up to? Well, this, because Donald Trump's in full control, commander in chief, and this is going to be a big military takedown operation. And for that, there's a lot of soldiers all around the world that are going to have to be in place. And again, it's a movie screen, it's a precipice, we know all that. So if there was all military involvement and they were moving all their trucks, flying all their planes, people would notice and ask questions. But if you've already got a war there, we can now put things in place and we can set things up and no one would know. So for every war that you've now seen, and I was thinking, Central America, Cuba, Pearl Harbor, Vietnam, every country, Somalia, Sudan, Libya, Iraq, Iran, every country has evil in, right? Like some terrorists and everyone. So since 1776, I'm going to show you one article. Yeah, look. So foreign interventions by the United States, and this blew my mind. The United States have been involved in numerous foreign interventions throughout its history. By the broadest definition of the military intervention, the US has engaged in nearly 400 military interventions between 1776 and 2023. So 400 military interventions. Think about it. We're setting up places. We're strategically in here. So you get rid of like the terrorists and all the big groups and all the big money makers, but all the evil stuff, but we're positioned. When martial law comes in, we're positioned. We're not going to go over there. We're all ready. We're all ready. And all these things started making sense. Everything. It's so Ukraine war. That's just a facade. We know it is a lie to lies, but we know we're in full control. There's no WF, there's no Zelensky, there's none of that. We're in full control. But at the same time, they're making it look stupid. At the same time, they're bringing awareness to all the money laundering. And same time, Biden and Pelosi, it's just painting the picture. But if you zoom out, we're getting our military in place. I'm going to show you how many military bases we have in Ukraine. And then you're going to start seeing it everywhere. So Afghanistan, Biden's left all the equipment, 86 billion worth of equipment. And Trump wasn't even pissed off, but yeah, Biden's stupid. No, we didn't leave it there. We put it there. But we tell the world that Biden left it. Oh, they've got no, we put it there. Trump's a businessman. He went, and then you start looking at every war as being for that reason, is to establish bases. So I'm going to show you, I think America are in 70 countries around the world. And I'm going to show you how much it's influenced all of this. So let me just get the chat up again. Hey, Granby from Weymouth. Hey, Jen. I've been waiting for all day. This is exciting. We can't read the screen. Maybe it's just me. Thank you for putting into help people wake up is incredible. You have a calling and you're smashing it. Thank you, Hickster. Thank you for your support always. You can see the screen still, right? Okay, so we control the Navy, the oceans. This is brilliant. All right, I won't use that one. We'll come on to the Freemasons. We'll come on to that one. I need to get a microphone. Let me just close all these down, people, so I can start showing you more. So watch this. So between 1776 and 2023, with half of these operations occurring since 1950 and over 25% occurring in the post-Cold War period. So 1945, we went out to Antarctica. In the war, the World War II, what's that? We set up in Greenland. We then, the Japanese with the Hiroshima bomb, that was Harry Truman, but Japan surrendered after. So America are going around strategically ending a lot of wars, taking over in these different places. But at the same time, when you take over, you've then got your bases there because there's more to come. And then you start seeing the alliance with France, Canada, Britain. And you're going to go, oh my God. And then you're going to start seeing Trudeau, who's been replaced. Macron has been replaced. All these big names, they're all controlled by us all the way through. So the objectives for these interventions have revolved around economy, territory, social protection, regime change, protection of US citizens and diplomats, policy change, empire and regime building. So imagine the deep state players and George Bush and Obama, they're sending all their different instructions. They haven't got a clue what's going on. We're then going back to say, right, we're in here. The media are now saying, oh, there's all these deaths, there's all these things. This is terrible. The fear's out there. They're making money. They're complacent. They think they're completely winning, and we're just getting people dying all the time for no reason. So people, we're going to flip that. Every soldier, and we're going to pray for them. Every soldier has put their life on the line for freedom. Soldiers, soul dyers on the soul, soldiers. And when we're out in these countries, yeah, it looks like a fake war because there shouldn't be. No, because it's bigger than that. And it will then make more sense when you start seeing this. So there have been two dominant schools of thought in the United States about foreign policy. Interventorism, which encouraged military, diplomatic, and economic intervention in foreign countries, and isolationism, which discourages these. So this is where it comes to the 20th century saw the US intervene in two world wars in which American forces fought alongside their allies in international campaigns against Imperial Japan, Nazi Germany, and their respective allies. The aftermath of World War II resulted in a foreign policy of containment aimed at preventing the spread of world communism. The ensuing Cold War resulted in Truman, Harry Truman, 33rd president, who was openly a Freemason. Then Eisenhower and Kennedy and Carter, and then the Reagan doctrines. all of which saw US embrace espionage, regime change, proxy conflicts, and other clandestine activities internationally against the Soviet Union. After the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, this is just after Reagan days. So Reagan, with the military by his side, they did so much because Russia were a bit of a threat then. We dominated them. So 1991, they collapsed. So it wasn't just all the different internal no, we took control. And all that internal, they're losing power now. But again, we're not told exactly everything going on. So let's work through this. So 1776, and since then, so then I start looking at all these different things. So the US participation in the Great War. So every war we've seen, just know beyond that, we've also gone along with it. So let them think they're making orders, but we've got our plan anyway. If you go back again, watch that Harry Truman one, watch how intelligent all that was back then. You're going to see how smart we all are. So we caught them all. Hi, Harry. So glad I decided to jump on. Amazing stuff. Oh, and I left a note in the comments by accident. Thank you for staying on, Bob. I know it's late for you as well. So let's go here. So again, you allow the enemies to get caught in their own lies. So one of the bullshit ones was Obama, and that just had to pretend that they killed Osama bin Laden, and then they went to send orders to kill the SEAL 16. Again, we're countering all that. We're monitoring all the stuff. These people are so stupid. So United States Army and NATO, and we say NATO's all corrupt, NATO's terrible, NATO. No, there's puppets playing the strings. Again, they think they're in control because they're in the head positions. But NATO, US Army, NATO Brigade, unit history. United States Army, NATO was established by the General Order effective of 20th of December 1950. And you see how all the times are all matching up now. So think about military operation, and then I've used examples of the FBI, how they used to spy on the mob. And then to get into all these evil people's houses, MTV was created, MTV Cribs. We'll just go in their house and film it all, we'll bug it all up. Like, it's just ways of how you get close to them. This is going to be another one. So by signing up and saying that we're going to do your protection of your country, it means we're in their country. We're setting base in their country. And all of a sudden you'll start seeing it's all over. So let's go next. Close that one. So then I was looking at the war manual, which got updated. Let's go to page 1. It got updated in 2015, June 2015, updated on December 2016. Trump won the election November 2016. He became president, commander-in-chief, January. But this was 2015 in June. After it was released, 4 days after Trump announced that he was running for president, he was already in control at that time. In here, you can also look at, and this is, I'm going to show you a Q post in a minute, television and radio. I'm not sure if it'll come up like that. Let me do television. So on the war manual, the military, that propaganda generally permissible. In general, propaganda is a permissible means of warfare. Propaganda has been disseminated through a variety of communications media, including printed materials, loudspeakers, radio and television broadcasts, aircraft of the internet. Propaganda is sometimes used with bribery to support intelligence gathering. Propaganda may be directed at the enemy civilians and neutrals. Propaganda may encourage enemy persons to commit acts that would violate the domestic law of the enemy state. For example, it would be permissible to encourage the enemy. So I've shown this many times. Every bit of our creation has tempted the evil people, and we've caught them all. And I keep going back. We created time. We created the diaries, the calendars. We created the language. We created the internet antivirus. We created Bitcoin, dark web. We created Twitter and the apps like that because we got the internet. Then you give it to them. You let the criminals do what they want. We're watching them. JFK comes in, steps out. before he steps out because he got assassinated. They knew what was coming, but before he stepped out, he goes, "We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon." Then the next few presidents have all lied. Eisenhower, Apollo 1, all the way up to Nixon. Apollo 11 goes to the moon. They lie, they lie, they lie. Then it goes to George Bush Sr., then it goes to Clinton, then it goes to Bush, then it goes to Obama. They're all lying about the same. So we caught them all. So you invite them into all this stuff. They keep that lie going, but they're already guilty. So if you use how long they've been in there for, the methods of warfare, they've been putting things in plain sight for us. They're in control of the internet. They're in control of the narrative. But we always say they're in control. They're spying on us. That's what we've been led to believe. And that's what they thought they could do. They would only get a little slimmit of the truth. They'd mostly get access to data and stuff, but we're monitoring them. And for everything that they do like this, they're guilty. So keep coming back to things like this because it's all proof. Where's the other one? Protection against insults and public curiosity. Internet needs must at all times be protected against insults and public curiosity. For example, displaying the internet needs is in a humiliating way of fashion or television or on the internet would be prohibited. For this reason, the others in the DoD policy has prohibited the taking of photographs of detainees except of authorized purposes. So when we catch criminals, it doesn't go out to the masses. It doesn't go on the news. But we've only lived our life thinking it. Things get reported when they happen. That's why we can't accept half of this. We're not willing to look because it hasn't been told to us. But think about it. Why would they tell people? Because they're trying to take down all evil. So I'll move on. So then I looked at because Obama bombed all these countries. It was disgusting. And keep thinking, how have they got away with just bombing all of them? Because we see it on the news. And then I looked at all the countries, and this was like Agenda 21 as well. We wrote those agendas. We fed them the idea, knowing that they'd go ahead with it, knowing that they could make money from it. But we fed these ideas. But all these countries we're now in. So is there corruption in all those countries? Is there evil? Yes, in every country. But these are ways of how we get in there. So their plan that they're following, I feel, has been created by us, knowing that there's evil anyway. So we need the reason to get in. So problem, reaction, solution, they're putting in, but we're going into it as well. And they don't know because we're just going in as army. But so let me make sense of this now for you. When they lied about weapons of mass distractions and when they lie about all these things. So the truth always comes back round to catch up, right? We're seeing all the lies for what it is now, but it's all of them all coming to a head, knowing that every lie that they've done, every cover up by the media, every censorship by big tech, every government official, every space astronaut scientist, all the lies, we know we've got them anyway. Let them keep lying. We're going to monitor them. If people do disgusting stuff, you're going to see they're going to be taken, but we're not told about them. Right. This is where it got really cool. I'm kind of rushing through a bit of this, but I was looking, he dropped 20,000 bombs. Outgoing US leader carries 3,000 more strikes in 2006 than the year before. Right. First of all, the truth comes back round. Maybe he's been sending all these orders, but I guarantee we didn't send that many bombs. I guarantee, and I'm going to show you why. However, when the truth comes back round, the clear difference with all these bombs with these countries, because they didn't give a fuck, and then Trump done none. What's that done? A duality. When people find the truth and they look back, which we've been told you only can connect the dots looking back, they're going to go, wow, what an evil man Obama was. Obama was the evil man, but our military were not. Look, incoming US President Donald Trump said he will wage war on ISIS, vowing to bomb the shit out of them. And the war gears up a seemingly more violent 4 years. It is worth reflecting on Obama's tenure. Look at the media at the time. According to newly released figures, President Obama already upped the number of bombs on foreign countries. Just to bomb a country is ridiculous anyway. That doesn't make sense. But look at all the stats of the bombs. So, again, how can you say they haven't bombed it all? And how can you say that? Yeah, watch. So the number 33, people, we leave clues in plain sight. Harry Truman, 33rd president. The guy before Harry Truman was Roosevelt. He was president in 1933, both Freemasons. So Harry Truman, the way that he come in as president as well, he was vice president for like 88 days, and then he gets in, but he's had no experience in that side, but he was ex-military. JFK, ex-military. So this entire plan is being structured in here. And when you see all these bombings and when you see all these different things, any staged event now, we used to say 33, oh, it's the Freemasons, they're rubbing it in, look, there it is again. The Freemasons are the good guys, because you go back to the names that I've just said and keep working up. 33 just shows us when there's all this destruction in the world going on, we control the media, we control the narrative. We're showing countries that these guys would never ever go to. We're showing countries and the destruction in certain places. And again, use Ukraine as the reference. Look what the media did then. We were doing that there too. So I've gone through, I searched that list of all the countries that Obama bombed. And I searched all the different countries that America intervened in and all these different world conflicts. Watch how many 33s you'll start seeing in every single one. Watch, is mind-blowing. Syria war, alarm after 33 Turkish soldiers were killed. Suicide bombings kill 33 in Syria. Libya, double car bomb kills 33 in Benghazi. Suicide bomb and gun attack kills 33 in Iraq. 33 high Iranian officials die in bombing at the party they're meeting. 33 killed in Israel strikes, Hamas rocket attacks. Israel bombs Gaza for the 5th consecutive day, killing 33 Palestinians. Trump's secret war, US military's presence in the Middle East has grown 33% in the past 4 months, 2017. Let's refresh this one. UN experts, Malian military and white soldiers killed, 33. Death toll in Afghan mosque bombing rises to 33. US military admits killing 33 civilians in Afghanistan airstrike. Motorcycle bomb suicide attack in Afghanistan kills at 33 people. Biden digs in Ukraine strategy seeking 33 billion for more aid. The 33-day war in Israel. Pakistan hostages, 33 militants killed at the police station. Market bombing kill Pakistan. Yemen, when it says that it took over, let me just get this one. It says there won't be any more wars now. There won't be any more conflict now. Look. So a Yadi Republican general named Ali Abdullah Saleh came to power after a succession of coups in 1978. Saleh ruled or misruled Yemen for the next 33 years. Syria war, Russian and Syria airstrikes killed 33. At least 33 killed by gunmen in northwest Nigeria. Iraq attacks injured 33 US troops. US Army says it paid 33 million for wrong war and deaths. And all of a sudden, I tried typing in other numbers, 33, you're going to see it all. Every war that we're being shown and the media pushing it, one, the evil players think they're getting away with it. They think they're in control. They think they got the whole army as their little bitch and they're doing what they want. And then so they send the orders, they go to bomb, they do all this. The media come out, but all the clues are showing us, don't worry, we've got this. It's everywhere. every single conflict. So is there shooting and going? Yes, but we're taking down evil. Snipers on the roofs are killing our soldiers because they're snipers out there on the roof. They're out there in all the countries. Use Narcos as an example. Use El Chapo as an example. Watch those programs. And then the CIA, and they're all corrupt and they all know the drug deal, they're all influenced. No, they got friendly with them so they could monitor what's going on. You get them thinking, we got the CIA working with us. We're going to get funded. Yes, we fund it all. Bill Gates, take him out a long time ago. I'm saying Steve Jobs has played Bill Gates all the way through this. Bill Gates, that figure, created in the middle all these COVID things, pay Big Pharma, pay the hospitals, pay the universities, pay them, because people that would decide to take that money are evil. So we let them take it all and we watch them all. We monitor, we take them all. We make a fake Biden. We then say to all the Central American countries, come to America. Come. We'll take them off you. We'll ship them to other countries. We'll give them a mobile phone. We caught them all. We're in full control on all of this. So everything that you're seeing on the TV, we're in control. So have a look. Since Trump come out of office, where are the conflicts? Ukraine, Afghanistan, and then you got China, Taiwan. So one of the things that I showed, I'm going to leave all these open because I can do another one on this. One of the things that I kept going on about, the World Cup in Qatar last December, and I was convinced something big was going to happen. And all the things that led me up to that, because Donald Trump was involved with FIFA. The next World Cup is in 2026, is in America. Donald Trump orchestrated that from the start. The next Olympic Games is in America. Donald Trump's orchestrated that too. That's in LA. That's in 2028. So Trump's got all these sorted. The World Cup was moved. It's always in the summer, always. But it was all of a sudden put in Qatar. The narrative, we're like, oh, it's corrupt. They're taking it all. They're doing all this. And then in Qatar, it was the most successful World Cup, apparently. There was no alcohol. So all of a sudden, the West are now starting to experience a different way. There was no LGBTQ TV allowed even there. They said no. So we now have to respect others, which is all part of this awakening. So I'm like, it's in Qatar, the only country begin with Q. It's in the Middle East. Like, it's never been the Middle East because of all the conflict and out there. Then watch this, people. This is great as well. Biggest military base in the Middle East. Oh, it's in Qatar. So you've got all the world distracted by the football. They moved it to November for a reason. Because look what's being going on. We're setting up base there. We can move all the aircraft. We can move all that stuff. And no one's going to pay attention because all eyes are on the World Cup. So let's then start going on this and think about it. When Trump's in, and because we keep looking at president and stuff, and now Trump's out, or Biden's now in control of the military, you don't just hand the keys over to the military. If you're there, you know they're a pedo, but I've lost, I have the keys. You tell us what to do now, Biden. Don't happen. Because it's not about politics. Politics, again, we created all the systems. If you go back to when we did the Constitution, Congress and everything evolved from, because we knew at some point power positions, evil will make their way to it. That's what they always do. So you create systems that we can control eventually. They come back to it. So watch this. Trump, Afghan, equipment left. So look how much, I'll see if I can get a video of Trump talking about how much was left there. 80 billion. The media are saying this is disgusting. How dare they left all these equipment there? But think about it. That's a big part of the world, which we're now putting all our things in place. So let me just see, because he keeps talking about all the equipment they left there, and it's a shit show. So think mirror, projection onto them. They're useless. They don't care about us. They're not paying attention, but we're in control. Let me see if I can get one example. I'll try this one. It says, I'll try this one. Right, so what we got here? How are Kevin McCarthy and Newsom involved in this? That's not them. They've been taken out a while ago. Hey Harry, over in Turkey, the holidays, still listening to you. Life is amazing. Big love tool, listening to a great with people who are awake. Thank you, Tyson. Enjoy your time out there. What about the innocent victims? We're in a war, Sloan. There's been innocent victims all the time. What do you want us to do about it? We're doing all we can to protect humanity so evil's completely eradicated. We're in a war. So what about the innocent victims? They're victims. All the people that have died throughout this, we're going to see it is all because of this war. So they're heroes. They're not victims. They're heroes. When we learn about the spiritual experience, we learn about death. We learn about this war as a cycle. We come back, we fight again. Why do you think people got call-ins? Why do you think people remember? Because we've been here before. It's about remembering. Okay, so does this mean these news articles does that mean they fake articles and not happening, not killing people? Yes. There's no suicide bombers like we're told. But again, it paints the picture. Again, it makes these evil people think, well, we can send more orders. And no, we're in control of the internet. Guys, when the internet was made, that was the Reagan days. Please, if you haven't already, because most people still haven't, Fear City. Just watch Fear City. It shows you how we took down the mob. Have I left that one open or? No, I haven't left it open. Go and watch that. So a lot of these things that you're seeing on the news, we control the news. Damn these limitations. You can't have people scared, but you also got to show them what is going on, what these people are sending orders to, because it's about the awakening. But 33s in articles, all lost. Let me show this first, and then I'll show you how the military control, through Q posts, actually showed us how they control these news articles. Military grade, they call it. Right. Well, it must be the worst I've ever seen.
Have a victory in terms of getting out and getting out with dignity.
So look at it from what we're saying now. He now can still speak the truth. They've left weapons there. They've left vehicles there. They've left, because they have. Perspective, that's the key word. Our, that's the key word. Us, that's the key word. Who is us? Because the English language, you can look at it from two things. So they left things out there. Yeah, the military left it out. Biden was this and that. Yeah, because he is this and that. Can you see how we can use that? So because the truth is the truth, January the 6th, it was an inside job. Yeah, by us. We led Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer because they're so stupid. Because they've done all these things before and they think they had the manpower. They make all these stupid. So we tell them that we've got it all set up and we're gonna, because we got to make the noise. We got to expose the media. Yes, there was FBI informants, yeah, but they work for us. That's the thing. We're not lying. It's just the perception has to change. We're in full control of all of it. The corruption is not what you think, guys. It's the people that we don't know about. These celebrities and stuff, that's just our distraction. We're clearing out evil around the world, all of it. So all these wars that we've gone to, we've gone also there to clear out the country, to put our positions in place. So watch it from that aspect.
And you could even say with victory. And it was all lined up. The Taliban was petrified of us. They were just staying away. And all he had to do is take what we did and finish it up and take all the equipment out. I actually said every nail, every screw, I want everything out. And the people out, obviously, you start with the people and then the equipment. And then you blow up what you want to blow up, and you keep maybe Bagram, because we were planning on keeping Bagram because of its relationship, its location to China. This is a $10 billion base. that they built over years, and it's there, it's built, and it's near, it's in a perfect territory for us to have as an outpost. And
listen to what he's saying. Perfect. 10 billion.
What they've done is so terrible, and many people are there. Many people are left behind. It's not 100 people. You'll find out it's many hundreds of people and others.
That's our men.
And to leave that military, I looked at your list yesterday. I looked at it tonight again, and I looked at it. The list is growing on the amount of machine guns and.
Can you see the optics now, people? Listen how much weapons. I know there was like 700 vehicles that he left out there. It was like 700,000 worth of guns. It's mental.
Planes and helicopters, Apaches, and they're the finest you can get. And they were flying them yesterday. They weren't disabled. They were flying them yesterday and celebrating with people hanging off. I don't know if they were friends hanging off or they were torturing people. But there were people hanging off Apaches yesterday. To leave that equipment, billions and billions of equipment behind.
You know, Trump doesn't let him speak at all because he knows what he needs to say.
And is insane.
But Biden blames you.
Well, actually, interestingly, he doesn't. Because if you look at what he said not one soldier was killed since I signed the deal. We signed a deal that was conditions-based. Everything was conditioned. And by the way, they didn't fulfill some of those conditions. And they were doing everything for us. They would have taken a look at when they started moving and taking over Afghanistan. It was after I was gone. So Biden made a statement 3 days ago. He said, from the day that agreement was signed, we lost no soldiers. And that was part of the deal. No soldiers. No Americans are to be injured, shot at, killed. No Americans and no soldiers.
No soldiers killed, no Americans is telling us. Oh, go away. These adverts are frustrating.
Sid. Shut down. Good boy. Give me a paw.
Don't know what happened there. Let me just see if I can get the list up for people as well, what was left. Again, strategic, because we're basing out there. If you had all these military things going, people would be like, what's going on? So you create a narrative, and you can see all the different aspects. They're saying, oh, they're spraying their skies. No, it's us. But we show that they're spraying their skies and they're poisoned because it brings more awareness. But we're in control. Right. I just want to try and show you how much equipment was left there. So 85 billion in Afghanistan. The country is now the second biggest seller of weapons in the world. It's easier to find. Afghanistan surrender. So again, think about it. Commander-in-Chief, you wouldn't have someone else leaving all your money. Trump's a businessman on his own. 12-page Afghanistan withdrawal post-mortem. Right, let's see if we can get the weapons. Why is it so difficult? Trump Afghanistan equipment. What weapons left? I can't find it. I'll get another one for you. For me today was just to kind of show you all the different places we've been, and then you search all the articles, 33, 33, 33. Then I showed you how we started. When the wars would go on, we're going into places. So watch this. Military, US military bases around the world. And then you're going to go, oh my God, it's ridiculous. I did have them all open the other day. Let me just get my tab open. Thank you again for your patience, people. But how are you defeating this? Think about it logically. How can you defeat this now? You can't, because we're in full control. I'm going to show you a few other things before I finish as well. Get this now. Two secs, Freemasons, Statue of Liberty. Take low, 33. Okay, I might not have it here. Oh yeah, so that this is, there's loads. So in Afghanistan, so Trump made Saudi Arabia has paid 500 million towards the cost of US troops in the country. 36 billion goes cost to the Gulf War. There was in Kuwait. Have I got to go back again? All right, people, let me just try and get the link so I don't have to keep going back and forward. In Qatar is the biggest one, 49 billion. Where is the biggest Saudi funded? Biggest US military bases abroad. US military fit in the Middle East. So this was one that you can see. Look where all our bases are. All around the Middle East. Saudi Arabia in the middle, but we're in control of Saudi Arabia too. You got Iraq, you got Iran. Let me see if I can get. For decades, the United States have operated out of bases and facilities throughout the Middle East. As security priorities have changed and relationships with host countries have evolved, so that they have locations of US forces. Let me do US military defending other countries. So look, guys, come on, look at this. The United States spends more on defense than the next 10 countries combined, 877 billion. And then China, Russia, India, Saudi Arabia, UK, Germany, France, Korea, Japan, Ukraine, all combined doesn't compete that. So we're in full control. And everything you look at, US military bases, Africa. It's extensive, and you can start seeing in the allegiance with France. France have got quite a good military, but still doesn't even come close. But US are in control of all of this too. So Navy, the Air Force, if you look at what they do there, if you look at all the technology they got, US bases in Ukraine. So does the US military have bases in Ukraine? The United States does not currently have military installations in Ukraine. Whilst the US maintains strategic relations with Ukraine, they do not currently have a permanent contingent military members of Ukraine. What was I looking at then? Oh, here we go. So which countries near Russia do the US forces have? And this is ridiculous as well. Look, the United States military have bases, over 900 confirmed bases in the in over 70 countries. The country with the highest number of US bases, 120, is Japan, followed by Germany with 119. After World War II, the US began to establish military bases in these countries to ensure peace in a Reconstruction era. So if we look at, oh, they're just sorting out Germany and they're just sorting out Japan. No, but they're strategic. It's not about countries, it's world peace. So they're strategic doing it. Look, in the years following, both countries became ego-strategically adventurous of the US during the Cold War, which explains the number of bases is so high. So why do you think Russia and the Soviet all crashed? Because we were all based then all in those countries. They were distracted by the World War II, and we start coming in. Since the Soviet fell, the US has also increased the military presence in Eastern Europe, especially as many former republics that made up the USSR become NATO members. After the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, a NATO alliance has come together to provide defense. So look, NATO's is because we just think NATO's bad. They had the puppets in. But again, that's on purpose because it drains out all the things. We're still in control of it all. Bulgaria. How many US troops are stationed in Bulgaria? 2,500 US personnel. Let's see, Estonia. So these worldwide takedowns, we're in all these places anyway. Let me see what else I can get for you. US military bases in Asia. How the US is boosting military alliance to counter China. How many US troops are in Asia? US Army Pacific, approximately 106,000 personnel from 1 corps and 2 divisions, plus over 300 aircraft and 5 warcraft assigned throughout the AOR from Japan, Korea, Alaska, and Hawaii. Of note, component command personal numbers include more than 1,200 special operations personnel. So again, strategic all over the world. Just trying to get an idea. Let me just see if anyone else has comment. Maybe I can check out the replay. Hopefully I'll be able to see the screen and read along with you. It's just giving me a headache and I'm a visual learner. Thank you for all you do. Can you not see the screen? We will be back indeed if they had one possibly. The Puerto Rico military definitely isn't in control. If they had one possibly, yeah, but none of these countries are because we're in control all of them. When we had the Cuba Revolution and when we was in El Salvador of all this and Venezuela, look what Trump did when Trump's been in control. I'll show you the executive orders. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Harry. So glad. Don't want people to get hurt. Yeah, I feel that a lot of the things that we've been shown, I think there's going to be more good coming out of all of this. Let me then show you White Hat operations as well. So one of the Q posts, it said BBC's hit piece. I've shown this before. If people watch the watch party, I did one with FCB yesterday, and there was a documentary called The Great Awakening, Pandemic Free. And if you watch it, it was just a White Hat operation all over. It was cringe the way that the people that are involved in it, because they're so ego driven. But I feel like that they needed those sort of people that were just so obsessed and wouldn't actually do the research to see all the information, all the stuff you've seen on that. I feel they're all actors. That Ardon, White Hat operation, Trudeau is playing him, White Hat operation, Macron is playing him. They were taken out before, but we're playing these roles because every bit of footage was perfect for that documentary. So let me show you how the military work and everything we're seeing. So look, this one, BBC hit piece on cue, 3 minutes 55, badge of honor, military grade. Look, then the next one, they are in full panic mode. Enjoy the show. Each fake news article written or attack is a badge of honor, military grade. So we're writing all the narrative, people. And that's what I'm realizing. Everything you're seeing, it's not just, look what they're doing. No, that's us. We're showing what you want to see. Every part of it. Everything has meaning because it's all planned. It's all structured. It's all part of the bigger plan. There's no surprises anymore. The important takeaway, we've had the ball the entire time. Think offense. Why did President move his entire operation out of TT the day after the Adam Rogers meeting? The world is watching, the world is here, eyes on, Q. So they tell us, let me show you that YouTube video. BBC, QAnon. And then you can start seeing how everything we're being shown, oh, it's all satanic on Netflix when we were showing all the stuff and cuties in that 2020. But we were showing that. We're pushing the trans agenda so much. It's not them. Are there people in trans pushing it too, like teachers and groomers. Yes, but we're draining them out because it's so far away. We can see it all clearly. Anyone that's going along with that is deluded or evil or evilly brainwashed stupid. So this is about QAnon, but let me just show you what John McAfee says first. Because if we look here and you look there.
We switched to Liberty Mutual and saved $652 per car insurance. With the money we saved, we thought we'd try electric unicycles.
President speech.
It's got a mind of its own.
This speech is still one of my favorite. And I feel this speech, this is when he was running for president, 2016. I feel this speech was an introduction to Q. But just to show you one bit, because it makes sense, everything I've just showed you today.
To change that definition. We have started an initiative, a movement called Now. This movement can change our world if we take our personalities out of the equation and we stop trying to be, it's about me, and realize it's about you, all of you, please.
This bit.
In our Vote Different initiative, which is a support group for local candidates of libertarian leanings, on Monday, we got a call from Joshua Miller. He said, "My name is John McAfee. I only have 10 minutes, please, and I have so much to say. I've been waiting 5 months to say this. For anyone who has watched my candidacy closely, I have been leaving clues at every stop along the way. But please, even though I'm saying, look here, I'm doing something else with my other hand. In New York, I stood up, and the opening statement, I said, I have nothing to say, and sat down. That's a clue. That opened a few of your eyes, and I got some calls, and I awakened some of you. In Las Vegas, I did the reverse. I played the game and did the entire debate, and at the end, I said, you have watched utter nonsense. And it was. And I'll tell you why in a minute.
So he's telling us even then, they're leaving clues. You look here, Biden, Afghanistan, but down here, we're just putting things in place. Ukraine war, they're doing it. Why is it dragging on Putin and Zelensky and all these other? We're just sticking our people in positions. Think about it logically. So let's go to the QAnon one. So they're dismissing Q, but think about what you're seeing. Even if it's the perception is load of rubbish, they're lying, QAnon. Let's see, they're taking the mick out of it. But look at the imagery in the background.
Pills, the blue pill and the red pill.
This is military. This is the one that Q said, military grade. So this means the military created this.
You take the blue pill, your boring, humdrum existence inside the beautiful prison.
And again, people, when you watch programs, you can layer out of what's going on. Listen to the music that's used as well. It gets you engaged in it.
Continues. You carry on watching Newsnight. You take the red pill, the truth of reality is revealed. Here we go. Let's red pill.
So the first image they show is military.
President Donald J. Trump is fighting the deep state with all his might. He's helped in that battle.
So they're trying to make it look funny, and they got words up here, look, fake news, fake news. Donald Trump is trying to fight the deep state with the military. That's a truth. The perception of, oh, yeah, look what but that's still a truth. It's still there. It's in plain sight.
By Q, a mystery US government insider who leaves cryptic messages on the internet. The QAnon conspiracy started when Donald Trump said this.
Wow, wow, wow. Listen to that. A Q non-conspiracy, he says. Not QAnon, a Q non-conspiracy. It is a non-conspiracy because it's a truth. Words in plain sight. The English language is amazing because it is magical when you pay attention.
Is on the internet. The QAnon conspiracy started when Donald Trump said this.
Now he wants to
They believe that Donald Trump and his allies are basically the only people aware of this great.
So you get a numpty girl that looks just a bit all in her own little world to get it be an actor, and she'll say all the things that sound outrageous and stupid Trump, but she's still saying the truth.
Great evil going on in the world, and that great evil being that all of these Hollywood elites and so on are, among other things, running a pedophilia ring, eating the flesh of children, and basically responsible for all of the, I guess, evils or terrorist attacks or general bad things we see in our lives.
Q has built up a following of loyal Americans who, along with Donald Trump, fight the bad people. The QAnon movement has picked up tens of thousands of followers and some celebrity endorsements. Here's Roseanne in a now deleted tweet before she was axed from her TV show.
President Trump has freed so many children held in bondage.
Look at a powerful statement that is, and they're just telling you.
To pimps all over this world, hundreds each month. He has broken up trafficking rings in high places everywhere. Notice that. I disagree on some things, but give him benefit of doubt for now.
This is pure QAnon. The blue pill. This version is rather different. QAnon is a confidence trick playing on the monstrous gullibility of Trump supporters. They're given fake news about the Democrats being in league with the deep state, that America's political and Hollywood establishment are pedophiles and Satanists. It's rubbish, frankly, but mind you, there's money to be made out of this kind of rubbish.
Conspiracy theorists can do well, and all it comes down to is putting out content that conspiracy theorists want to engage with. So just like non-conspiracy material that you would find in the mainstream news, where they make money off of bringing in audiences and then selling advertising space, you can do that with conspiracy theories.
The number one way to increase their popularity and by extension, make more money and become more famous is to constantly have their supporters looking for, are they Q? Am I Q? Who's to say? It's like an alternative reality game, an ARG. All of these supporters come together and they have to constantly solve mysteries, pick through clues, bounce ideas off each other.
QAnon wouldn't be so troubling were it not for one man.
They are the fake, disgusting news.
I like real news, not fake news. You're fake news.
Today, 300 newspapers in the US railed against Trump's hatred for a free press. But if you believe in QAnon, that's the fight back you'd expect from the Satanists, wouldn't you? The mystery of QAnon's identity continues, but perhaps that's the point. If the mystery stops, then so will the money. I'm going to finish off the pills there.
So that was military grade, all from Q. Again, it's messaging in plain sight. It's just how we perceive things. Everything you're seeing is from Q. White hats, central casting, Castle Black. All of these things is part of it. So take that, and now all those media articles that I showed you, all the war and all the bombings, 33, 33, 33, 33, we're just putting them in. How do we know? How would we ever know? Oh, the other people were there. Yeah, but people in Ukraine saying it was a real war. Yeah, but COVID, loads of the world thought COVID was real and still continue to tell it's real. So you can't take other people's word for it, people. Yeah, but my friend's friend and their friend. No, you heard some silence. How do we know? So the Great Awakening, imagine that as a truth too. A lot of the things that we're told didn't actually happen. But yet they did send those things. They did put that out there. They did get Hitman on people. They did send for MS-13, but we were taking them out each time. But along the way, we've got into these other countries. So let me show you. And again, when I started looking into all the white hats and stuff and Freemasons, and when you saw that they're the good people, you can't argue with that. You can try all you want. Go back. You can't argue with it. It's laziness. It's ego. Because people won't have a conversation. People won't see, oh, they're leaving clues again. Who's they, people? Who's they? We're in control. Tell me who's leaving clues apart from us. That's what they always do. Symbolism will be their downfall. Yes, but we give him the symbols. Let's go to the Bible, actually, the mark of the beast. Because the Bible, this is another thing. They don't tell you the full truth. They just tell you, but mark of the beast, 666. We all know that, right? That's what they tell us. If you actually read that passage, mark of the beast, watch this. Simplify life down to a choice. We created symbols. We give them one. We say, here's 666. It means this. It's devil. It's the most evil of evil. You wear it and show everyone we're 666. We're 666. So for years, they're doing that. They're just telling us who they are. So mark of the beast, Bible. Watch this. Because I'm reading the Bible now, and I've got some good stuff coming out on this, by the way, because our interpretation of it. Let me just get you the passage. Mark of the beast. Okay. Where is the quote? Okay, so here it goes. This calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man. That number is 666. We always have a choice of how we perceive things. You can view it as bad, and that's being told to us. Freemasons, you can view it as bad, but you go and find the truth yourself and look at the bigger picture. I'm sure I could find that a lot easier before. What is the mark of the beast? Who is the Antichrist? The problem when you look at Bible stuff, guys, you have to get the actual script, because what you get is a lot of these websites give you their interpretation. And that's all it is interpretation. But you have to get the actual quote. Authority saying, who's like the beast? Can they fight it? Let's understand the file. If people can help me find what one it is, because I normally find it straight away. Oh yeah, this calls for wisdom. The number 6 is symbolic of man in the Bible, while the number 7 is symbolic of perfection. On the 6th day, God created man. I do have some more on the Bible, and also us being Jesus, the Christ within us. I've got a lot of stuff on that too in the Bible. Revelation. So several translations have been interpreted for the meaning. Here is the wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the beast, where the peculiar Greek word is used. Possible translation include to count, to reckon, and to also to vote or decide. To vote, to decide, to reckon, to count. We're the ones. And no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the beast, for it's the number of the man, and his number is 666. There's loads of different versions of that. So another thing, you can't take someone's word for it unless you go and find the truth out for yourself, because they give you snippets. They'll give you things to fit their story. They'll give it from their perspective. So many people I'm meeting are so caught up in fear. And when they're talking, I'm like, you're not paying attention to the bigger picture. And it's very hard to have conversations with people when they go off and they talk about things. I know they're just making it up. They think they know, but they're making it out complete, because I know what's going on in the world. It's quite funny when you see people lie. Yes, we can see the screen. Mark on hand and forehead. Sorry, I mean mark in hand and forehead. Thank you, Jen. I thought you were going to say you can see my forehead, because I'm quite used to doing this at the moment in my life. So if you do see my forehead, tell me to go back a bit. Iran underground airbase. And what was funny is, it's so funny how you find certain videos just searching for it. So this this, I'm telling you, is also these accents and these voices that you see on these things. It's all white hat. They're fake characters.
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster?
I've done a breakdown all of these before.
You can edit your meta tags. Page 5.
Our next story comes from
And it's
Iran.
really strong accent like this.
Anything you've ever heard.
But because it's so different to our norms, you're taking it in.
That's that.
It's not that
Oh.
one. Let me just try to
Listen.
find where it is. It's
Known. This open and
Iran underground war. Let me try that one instead. Yeah, this is the one.
United States
I think.
that was Iran
Cemented its
Yeah.
position.
appears to be on
So this guy who's talking is doing this, which again is the Freemasons, Knights Templar.
the cusp of another major operation to strike at Iran's nuclear capabilities.
North Korea has crossed a crucial nuclear threshold. For the very first time,
I keep looking at his neck. Like for me, I thought that was even Ron DeSantis, maybe, or even Donald Trump in that as well. But people can just say all the different stuff that they want to, because it's just, we're controlling all the information.
Pyongyang has paraded its biggest number of nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles, which analysts say would be enough to overwhelm America's air defenses along the West Coast. Now, all of through last year, President Biden had adopted a policy of using only sanctions to engage with Pyongyang.
Watch how fake this North Korea. It was a nuclear warming party.
As it carried a spree of missile tests and it cemented its position as a nuclear power. But now, Kim Jong-un has asked his military to strengthen its war preparedness. But who does North Korea think it would get into a conflict with? And what does
And also look how obvious it is now. I'm like, oh my God, they're making it so obvious. That's for us.
it mean for the region at large? Our next report gets you the details.
In a nighttime parade, Pyongyang has just exhibited its biggest array of nuclear weapons, including tactical nuclear devices, intercontinental ballistic missiles, among other weapon systems.
This is awful. Look at it. But they put this in there to make us laugh. And apparently he's having a nuclear war.
The North Korean state media described its nuclear arsenal as powerful enough to match against North Korea's adversaries, nuke for a nuke. The parade, organized to mark the 75th anniversary of North Korea's army, was presided by Kim Jong-un, accompanied by his wife and young daughter. And underlining the event was North Korea's message that its status as a nuclear power is irrevocable.
Again, all part of the plan now. So, I'm just trying to think. I'm going to go to bed soon. I'd like to do a tiny bit more on this now and piece it all together. But try to now look at the whole picture. We're in strategic positions. We are going to see the military come in. It is the only way. Q's always told us that. Military is the only way. I feel also another thing that's going to happen is to get everyone on board with the Q posts. So December 18th, I've said that before, but that's when it says that, watch this. So December 18th. Actually, let me just go to the first Q post first. So this one's the end of October. I've continued to say for the last few months that people have been following me that I feel now that the precipice is going to come in November. There's going to be a lot of things leading up to that, but I feel this is what's going to happen. Because everyone's doing decoding, everyone's doing think mirror, and everyone's doing that. I feel that we just go 1, 2, 3, and we just keep going up. And everyone just comes along. And you're like, oh my God. So this one's 28th of October. Hillary Clinton, already in motion, effective yesterday. So we're just going to go through all the Q posts, and it'll just be one at a time. It's like, oh, and then, so it's this one. So let me just then show you to there. So by the time, so that was October 27th, 2017. Let me just give you the December the 18th one, because this is where I think is going to lead up to that. December the 18th leads us 10 days of darkness towards Christmas. I'm going to just show you December the 18th, because there's a few interesting ones around here. It was December the 18th, 2017. So and you can see a lot of these stuff is all like military. Let me just show you quickly. Look, clock started 10 days. So clock started 10 days, and then 371. Why did the White House link posted turn up 404 2 days after? Expand your thinking. House of Cards, 12 deals rejected, panic in DC. Let me then show you on December the 19th, because this was quite an interesting one for all the people out here, because we've all been monitored. So December 19th, 2017. And again, this is just one of my theories, because I think we've overcomplicated. But look at this. So 18th of December 2017, look at all this. This is like codes. So if it's 10 days of darkness, 10 days on the 18th, then all these different things. Look, 19 ops now, operators active, operators in harm's way, president is awake, no sleeping during op, pray. Same day, coincidence, the beginning. Trump could use the military to launch his own coup, warns former White House ethics, calm before the storm. 376 posts, it's day by day. How far is the closest star? What do you think? Conspiracy, thing will be pushed, big threat to them, all absorbed, feel proud. No UN troops, fake. Roger that, Nat G. We won't telegraph our moves to enemy. We will, however, light a fire to flush them out. We have tremendous worldwide support. Satan has left the White House. Days of days, Q. Fox 3, Bill Blimey. Fort Weed 404 the link and gave confirmation. Learn. Patriot in highest caliber. End is near. Define corruption. Look, CS Playboy, highly fleece. Are we there yet? Twitter, and these are all just constantly coming. Look, 3,000 saved by raids in Saudi Arabia alone. Worldwide lanes shut down. Bottom to top, Haiti, Red Cross classified, high priority. Board, owner, mods, and other patriots. This was the one that I was looking at. Look, sincere thanks for all you do. You are true heroes. Long overdue. My apologies. There will be a day within the next few months that a scary but safe personalized message finds its way to you on multiple platforms, recognizing your contributions. We thank you for your service. Godspeed, Q. So people, we're all being watched. Our technology is so advanced that we're all being watched. We're all in a war. We've all gone through this. We've all had our part to play. We're all going to get recognized. A lot of us are chasing for that more than anything else. We all will. And the recognition is going to come from all of us experiencing this whole new world. It's exciting. Safety first. Look, we have USSS, NSA, DHS also protecting this message. No random IP needed. Though we can implement at moment's notice. Godspeed. And then it's like all these codes. Red October, sweet dreams, more codes, more codes. That was a day after. So I feel it could be this year. Well, it's got to be this year. I can't see it going any longer, but I've said that pretty much so many different times. But just because everything else is unfolding, I feel it's going to lead up to around November. The precipice. There's also, we've always been told that we have to go through the precipice. Everyone does. That's the scare event. The scare event has to build up. It can't just come out the blue because it's part of the awakening. Look, so there was 4 posts. Oh, maybe I got that wrong. September, sorry. Maybe the scare event September there. Again, dates are one thing that you can't get wrong. I just feel like the last round of all this is every day. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And we all learn together because Q teaches you. It gets you to ask questions, but by the time then we're all in it together. How can you dismiss it? Because Q is God, people. Q is quantum. Quantum quantifies all things, the vibrations, the energy from the earth, everything, all the intelligence on the computers. That's it. So the swamp runs deep. Sometimes you cannot tell people the truth. You must show them. Only then at the precipice will people find the will to change, to participate. We, the people, have been betrayed for a very long time. Will you stand for God and country, for freedom, for humanity? Where we go one, we go all. But you can imagine with all the other lies and deception and the kids, by the time then, we're all going to be wanting to watch it together. That's the only thing we are going to be paying attention to. Important to understand, only at the precipice, moment of destruction, will people find the will to change. So the scare event's going to be fucking scary if you're holding on to anything. It's going to be a bumpy ride. The Freemasons, 33 Tom Hanks. Those three are going to be a big component to all of this. And you're going to see more and more people are going to be fighting it all the time. Just ask they, now on, when people say they are doing this, ask them, who is it? That we are at the precipice, swamp fighting back, remain calm. We are here for a reason, patriots in control. So these are all in September, precipice. So I feel like we've got a few more months. It has to be. There's so much still to come out. But yet at the same time, stop waiting. Stop waiting for your life to change before this happens. Your life has to start changing now because it's you. Meditation, straight away. Nutrition, exercise, sleep. Cut down on alcohol. Cut back on crap foods. Like, we can do it now. Stop waiting for something to fix us. It's not going to happen like that, peeps. We need to start doing it now. People moan all the time. Charlie Freak said we will have things happen in November and Christmas. We will be in November, so I'm thinking many things will happen before then, like September. Yeah, Harry thinks Sept 7th, July 8th. Thank you, Barb. Yeah, and again, this is the beauty of it. I still feel like there's still much more to come because we're getting led, first of all, look what they're doing here, look what they've done. We still haven't found out what they've done. We're getting glimpses of it, but that's got to show us. That's got to sink in. That's got to register. That's got to get other people to go and watch these documentaries. Like, it's not us, guys, and this is the thing that we've got to keep giving ourselves credit for. It's not us. We've got a lot of work to do. Don't get complacent. Don't think you're awake and you know what's going on. Most people I speak to are unconscious, so unconscious. Even if they do the work, they're so unconscious. We've all got work to do in this world. We're all so asleep. We're so automated our whole life. So we've all got work to do. But there's a lot of people that have no clue at all. So unconscious, so unhealthy, so miserable, so angry. We got to help all. For them to wake up, there has to be led down to a path. The money, the finances. So it's also from where we was last year, how much more we've learned. I feel it is that now. However, can I be guaranteed of that? No, of course I can't. Not now. But if I look at the bigger picture, which I've showed you today, we're in full control of this military operation. Every country we've gone into, the intervening of it, for a reason. Not what we're told narrative-wise. Please get your head out, because they've never been in control of the narrative. They lie to us all the time. But yet we take that still literally. Look what they're doing now. No, they're not doing it because we're in control. Look what they've said now, WEF, and look what they're doing. We're getting caught in nitty-gritty, but with our emotions still. Stop. Stop. It's all been horrendous. If you really want to get in, go and have a look at some of the evil stuff they've done. If you're moaning about all these other things, Tom Hanks is there. Go and look, people. Go back and look. I've seen all it. Yeah, you learn how to connect the dots. That's amazing. And you're going to remember that. But you stopped. Something that you looked at a few years ago, you have to change the perspective. Go watch Da Vinci Code. Just that one to start with. Go and see what they say about the Knights Templar, Path of Zion. It's magical when you start seeing that we've all had a part of this. This is from dark to light, and it's only got lighter since. This is a military operation. There is more land for us to go to. There's technology here. It's going to be free. This world's going to be thriving. There's going to be love all over. Because you take the darkness away, it only leaves then space for the truth, love, God. it's, yeah, for me, I've got my meditations take me to certain places, and like, this life is magical. Everything about it is magical. Everyone I'm meeting now is a teaching, a new connection, an inspiration, a gift. Is yeah. And we've all got a lot of work to do. When you start realizing what we're capable of, that's all you're going to want to do: learn, grow, and enjoy life. So let me come off here, see if there's any more messages on the screen. Morning, monk. Evening for me. I'm going to go bed now because it's 12:15. 215. It's the most I've ever had in a life. People, thank you so much. May I ask for your support? Please comment. If you've watched this and you get something from it, please do comment on there. If you'd like to help and support my donations, I do a Buy Me the Coffee. That's really been helping as well. You can see my research. I show you the way that I do it, and I put it all out there for people. And then for healing, come and do our meditations. They're getting better and better all the time, getting a lot more concepts being created at the moment. And I know that's going to be a big part of the transition, is helping people connect with themselves. So if you've never meditated before, I encourage you, come and try it. I deliver them for free on Telegram every day. We've got an amazing community. It is magic when you start seeing the shifts and changes that take place for people. Yeah, so peeps, I've got loads of videos now on Tom Hanks. I've got loads of videos on the Freemasons. The one that I'd encourage people to go and watch is, let me just share you the screen, because most people don't like when they hear something they don't know, but then they don't go and look at it either. I'm saying that where we are, we're in such a better position than we're led to believe. But this one here, I tie it all together. Harry Truman, 33rd president, then makes sense of the Truman Show. Look at the symbology in that. Jesus. We are Q. And then we go through Flat Earth as well. When we did Operation High Jump, when we did Admiral Byrd, I show it all in there, and you can't dismiss the Freemasons after seeing this one. And then if you then go forward, you can start seeing even more stuff connecting. Yeah, I'm waffling on now because I'm tired. So peeps, thank you so much again for your support. Any questions, do let me know. And please help me share this out as well to people, because I feel like these are the things that help people see it all. Let me just finish one more actually, because people still can't accept it all. But if you just go to what Trump's done when he was in control, president, this one, 2.2 trillion in his first few years in office on the military, 738 billion in 2020. He combated terror, ended ISIS, killed the ISIS leader, killed the Iranian Qasem Soleimani, stood up to the Venezuelan dictatorship with the Maduro, got rid of him, got the sanctions on the country, supporting Iran against the regime. He brought peace to Korea and the Peninsula and the Middle East, the Balkans. He also signed a peace agreement with Kosovo and Serbia. He did the normalization of Hong Kong, Venezuela. He brought peace with Israel, Morocco, Israel, Sudan, Israel, UAE, Israel, Bahrain. He did North Korea, South Korea. Trump did all that. And that was all in 2020 when we were all distracted with everything else. Again, look over here, but look what we're doing here. Media don't report on any of it, but I feel like we've controlled the media now. We make it outrageously stupid because in there's a few bad eggs pushing certain stuff, but we, the majority, not them. We've just never been led to believe it. So peeps, I'm off to bed. This is my latest I've had for a long time. So have a great start to the week, and I will be back on. I'll be back on a few times this week anyway. So I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you, people. See you later.